Pisces, your ego has gotten in the way with making money. I think it's all over the map. I think you have past lives where you were beggars and choosers. I think past lives where you owned all the money and you were selfish, and past lives where you did it for God and then you stole and you were for selfish. I mean, all varieties under the hat. But whatever the causes are, you've been operating out of a defensive ego about money, and defensive means push away. So you've literally been pushing away your potential for money. It's been all you and your ego. Now the breakthrough is that you can jump to what you deserve in abundance, not by ownership, but by feeling you deserve it. And so once you feel you deserve it and you fuse that in your character, then you find yourself on a whole new path. So ultimately, you're going to be first and foremost accepting a new abundance and healing your potential for abundance. Along the way, you're going to realize that for this to happen, you've got to make some character changes. And that your character and your ego and the way you present yourself have all been based on poverty mechanisms and mechanisms of owing people credit, being in debt, all these things. And sometimes it's not just debt when it comes to finances. Sometimes it's karmic debt, okay, that you owe someone else an apology or another chance. So by changing your abundance, you have to also embrace this new character. Now, you'll get the character, no problem. Don't worry about it. But it might take a little bit of growing up and realizing that some parts of yourself have got to go away for now anyways. Now, that said, once you have a character change, guess what's next? Yes, that's right. It is ultimately a change for how you think. So your thoughts have been building the wrong realities. You've been building realities based on, karma, feeling guilty, getting away with stuff, or on the vice versa, being the victim, which then had a low self-esteem and a new sense of, no money and no potential to have money. And so that turned into a bad attitude that just begat the whole thing over again. So if you surrender and say, hey, I'm going to take a higher form of abundance, I'm going to take a new path of abundance. It's not based on a scheme or getting out of jail, which will then in turn become create a new version of my character that will either do this or not do that, but mostly do the right thing. And that turns into a new way of thinking. By living this role of character, it's time for me to think different or put out a different message.